If you're going to go in for dinner parties at all, even informal ones, which are the only ones I would ever want to give or go to, you do need to have a kind of laid-back repertoire of regulars. And this is, I would say, my favourite. The basis is chickpeas, and here it's with fish, lovely, beautiful red mullet, although I often use red bream. Okay, chilli, some garlic, onion. The idea really is that this is chopped finely and then cooked till they're soft and the chickpeas turned in them. And that provides a sort of sauce-like coating and flavouring. And some thyme leaves. I mean, these, as you can see, fresh thyme and a fresh chilli, but if you want to use dried chilli flakes and some dried thyme, that's fine. I change the flavourings anyway, depending on my mood or what I've got in the house and what I'm eating this with. Just a bit of olive oil in a pan. Just ordinary olive oil, not extra virgin. I do add extra virgin olive oil at the end, but if you're heating, you lose all the edge of flavour, so there's no point using it now. So lovely the way the chilli just dyes everything, that sort of peachy orange. Now, I'm not going to wait for the oil to get hot before I put in this wonderful oniony mush, because I want this to be soft. I don't want it to frizzle and fry. Some salt. Okay, this will just need a few minutes to cook into a sort of soft, mushy mellowness. And then I'm just going to tip the chickpeas in. I mean, those are canned chickpeas. I often use dried ones, which I quite like. They are a teeny bit better if you soak them and then cook them. But I have found now that if you shop around, and you can find a brand that's really good enough to use without apology. Now I think it helps to add some of the liquid from the can in the same way as if you've cooked them yourself, just keep some cooking water back. Just helps everything sort of amalgamate into a sauce. Chickpeas are my favourite. There's such a thick meatiness about them, which means that you don't really need to bother with potatoes, and I really think that once you've got potatoes out of the equation, any dinner party is much easier. Okay, heat off. Some extra virgin olive oil over the top, not much, just enough for depth and flavour. And if I can find it, put on a lid. Now, move on to stage 2, the fish. Incredibly simple. Again, ordinary oil. I do want the oil hot now because I want the fish to frizzle, for the skin to crisp. Get the fish. Look how beautiful, like the flash of a Barbie mermaid's tail. Now what I want is for the skin to crisp, and I'll just turn them round so that they're just cooked through, but they really don't take long, these fillets. I'm going to turn the heat off when I start on the sauce. I'm going to say sauce, it's really just deglazing a pan. Okay, first mince in some garlic, and then put in a couple of anchovy fillets. Now, can I give you some advice here? Don't say that there's anchovy in this sauce, because so many people have got a sort of prejudice against anchovies and are convinced they don't like eating them, whereas you cook this sauce for them, they don't know and they love it. A teeny bit of the oil they've been stored in, and I get anchovies which are in olive oil. Just a minute or so's cooking until they are a lovely kind of velvety, salty emulsion. I'm going to add a bit of sherry. This will bubble up, evaporating a bit and forming a sort of syrupy sauce. Let that bubble up. A few more thyme leaves. And now the final touch here is just off the heat. Add a small knob of unsalted soft butter and whisk it in. And what this does is it both thickens the sauce slightly and makes it wonderfully glossy. Right, plate up. Put the chickpeas in first, on both plates, because nothing ruins conversation more than people asking you to pass something every 5 minutes. And however important food is at a dinner party, it's never as important as conversation. Now just pour some on top of each. It's not meant to be gravy, it's just meant to be a sort of liquid flavouring. And final sprinkling of thyme leaves. I mean, this is so easy. I mean, how long did it take? A few minutes?